we need to talk about JoyBoy. Why? Well, after the latest chapter of One Piece, it turns out that Kaido knows who JoyBoy is. And Kaido is not supposed to know about JoyBoy. Why do I say this? Well, as we've seen in the series so far, very few people are aware of the existence of JoyBoy, even people who are very well versed in the history of the One Piece world. For instance, Nico Robin, when first hearing about JoyBoy in Fishman Island, had never heard of him before. She asked Neptune who JoyBoy was, despite the fact that she was a descendant of the scholars of Ohara, and was there for a good percentage of their research. Robin had been searching for poneglyphs for years and knew a lot about the One Piece world. However, this was her first introduction to the idea that someone was named JoyBoy. Not to mention, when Odin first read the poneglyph that was in Fishman Island, he too didn't think that poneglyph was important at all. And when Odin said it wasn't important, it isn't like Roger corrected him and said, oh well, we saw when we went all the way to the end of the world on Lodestar that, oh, it mentions JoyBoy, this one is important. No, the only other time that someone finds information out about JoyBoy or his importance to the world at large is when the Roger pirates arrive at Laugh Tale. So before this moment, the only characters that we have had any evidence to have knowledge about JoyBoy were the Roger pirates who made it to Laugh Tale and King Neptune. That's it. And King Neptune didn't really go around telling people about this, as it seems. So, where did Kaido get this information? Would Crocus have told him? Odin? Roger? Well, these things are very unlikely. Although, we have seen Roger talk to people about what he's seen at the end of the world. For instance, Whitebeard. But, of course, Whitebeard wasn't super interested in it. Might he have told Kaido? Honestly, it seems a bit unlikely, but we can't rule it out entirely. Some people have postulated that perhaps Rox had told Kaido about this. But where would Rox have gotten this information? Unless he had learned from the Fishman Island royal dynasty, it's unlikely he could have learned anything about JoyBoy anywhere else. The people of Fishman Island don't really seem to know how JoyBoy connects to the rest of the world. They simply know how he connected to their history. However, Kaido's words here indicate that he not only knows about JoyBoy's return, but also his general nature, what it means to be JoyBoy, as he does say to Luffy that he is not JoyBoy either. Now, the most likely scenario of how he learned about JoyBoy seems to have been from Yamato. After all, while Odin's logbook doesn't have all the information that he learned about the end of the world, at least it is unlikely, after all that would spoil a lot for people like Luffy, it could very well contain information about the person of JoyBoy and how he will return. After all, we do have confirmed that Odin wrote that down in his book from the narration he was giving during Roger's flashback. So why would Yamato have shared this with her father? A father she had been keeping all of this a secret from? Well, Kaido's words of Luffy not being JoyBoy either are very telling. That means someone else was supposedly going to become JoyBoy, at least according to Yamato. Now, who might that have been? Well, who was someone that Kaido seemed pretty intent on making sure was killed fairly recently in the story. By fairly recently, I mean a very long time ago. I just realized how long ago the Marineford War arc was. Yamato had a friend named Ace, and Ace arrived on the island to fight Kaido. Yamato might have concluded at some point that perhaps Ace is the return of JoyBoy, or at least the person to accept the mantle or title of JoyBoy. That may have been why Kaido was so intent on going to Marineford, to aid in the destruction of Ace and the Whitebeard pirates. After all, if Yamato told him, hey, this is the guy who's gonna come and take you down and free Wano, of course, Kaido would have a vested interest in getting rid of this supposed JoyBoy. However, now, Luffy shows up. Perhaps Yamato said, well, Ace said he had a younger brother. That's the one who's going to come and dethrone you, the next JoyBoy, according to Odin. Now, Kaido's saying, well, looks like you aren't JoyBoy either. Of course, this is just one theory, one possibility of how Kaido could know about JoyBoy and his importance to the One Piece world. Let us know down in the comments what you think Kaido might have been referring to and what he knows and perhaps how he knows it. That's all the video I have for today. This is a really mysterious subject and I don't have any information on it, so I hope you liked listening to my thoughts. Goodbye.
Yo!
Kaigo! Hey there!
Don't leave without subbing.
Hey there!
Don't leave without liking.
Hey there!
Don't forget to comment. Hit the bell, hit the bell, hit the bell.